Good morning. This morning I wanted to share about my Mother's Day and the gifts, but I would have done it sooner because this is several days afterwards. But it's been so windy out and I know it makes noise on the camera, so I wasn't sure I could. Actually, it's still windy, but not quite as bad. Last week before Mother's Day, the north wind came. It blew really hard. In fact, it blew leaves off the trees into the backyard. And then the next day, the south wind started and blew them back to the other yard. And so it's been on and off windy. But I'm going to try today. And what I did on Mother's Day, my next door son, he took me to the nursery. And that's always a fun trip for me. I just love to see the plants, and I had wanted to buy 6 strawberry plants. Well, I came home with 12 strawberry plants, 2 different varieties, 6-pack of Avinca flower, 2 of verbena, 3 salvias, and a flowering maple. Let's see, what else? Oh, yeah, and a new basil plant to replace some of mine. And the nursery I go to has an organic section, so that's nice. Anyway, oh, and I looked at hawthorn trees. So, first of all, wonder if that's really high enough. I don't know. First of all, I'm going to take you out and show you if I get a hawthorn tree, or if we do, where I'll plant it and why. So, come along with me. Oh, also on Mother's Day, and you'll see as I walk through the house, our living room was in this room, which was south. Well, now that our big tree isn't there to provide shade, that room gets quite warm in the afternoon, whereas our dining room, that we hardly use at all, was nice and cool. So we did a switch, and we've done that. This is the 3rd time we've switched, and it's always sort of fun. So as you walk through, you'll see the switch. Okay, let's go out. First of all, I'm going to show you where I put a hawthorn tree. So we'll go along together, and I'll try not to talk so loud because I know it picks it up really much. Okay. Oh, can you see my Mr. Lincoln out there? Okay. Now then. Oh, I've got a package. Oh, good. Anyway, I want to show you the big liquid amber tree. Up, 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 and up. Okay. We had 5 of those when we first got here. One was really, when we got here, because our son lives next door, we made a deal. All the property between us and his house, I'll try to, over there, what was the ground would become ours. But on the lawn side, on this side, he would take care of everything to the edge of our driveway. And I could do whatever I wanted between our driveway and his house. So there was a liquid amber on the other side that was already on his side. Now, his side, that was once the property to this place, was a liquid amber, and it was already beginning to do the driveway in. So he had it cut right after we were here. So then that left 4, and then I don't know if you can see the tops of our pear trees over there. We have put in 3, but there was 3 liquid ambers that were planted closer to the driveway and one of them had already cracked clear across the driveway, and the others were going to do the same. So they all came out, and the ornamental pears went in their place, and they're quite pretty. Okay, and they're not supposed to do in a driveway. But so I'm showing you this liquid amber because, again, it has to come out. That's sort of sad, isn't it? But also it has round prickly balls that come off in the fall that are really hard to deal with. And because it's going to crack the sidewalk, and because of those seed pods that are so hard to deal with, it's going to come out this year. And in its place, not planted exactly the same place, but I'm going to get in a hawthorn tree. Hawthorn, yes, they have thorns on them. And they either bloom white or pink. The one at the nursery I saw was pink blooming. And you can use the leaves, the flowers, and the berries for medicinal purposes. And I would like one. And it will they're slow to moderately growing, and at the most it'll get 20 feet, I think. And I would like one in that spot. So, and it'll be interesting to see, well, if I ever live to long enough to enjoy the fruit of the labor out there. Anyway, that's what's going to happen. Also, it will change the environment to the roses, which they need. They don't like a lot of shade, but it'll change the environment, and we'll see what happens. But that's what's slated in the future. So, I'm going to go around and back through the house. Oops. And I'll get my package later. I'm trying, oh, I know what it is, yes. Okay, Maggie, come on, we're gonna go in the backyard. Come on, Maggie. Hey, Maggie, come on, honey, in the back. We're gonna go around. Oh, yeah, you like to go around. Well, hello there, hon.
And besides that, the ripe figs are disappearing on the tree.
Oh, that's squirrels.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Now, can we get some squirrel bait?
I don't know, honey.
What am I looking at?
Say hi to everybody.
Oh, hi, everybody. I didn't know I was on the air.
Yes, you were. Okay.
Well, they caught me.
Yes, they did. They caught you drinking again.
They caught me drinking on the job again.
Yes, yes.
Oh, well.
Okay.
Well, I would suggest we get some squirrel bait.
Well, something. I'm not sure about bait.
Well, something. They gotta go.
Okay. Anyway, yeah, see, we put our table in here, which now oh, you're not seeing it. I'm going to tell you about this table. My mother bought this table when I was probably in about the 7th grade. She paid $35 for it. It was old. It was an old table at that time. It's oak. I don't know if you can see. No, you can't.
Well, we've got one leaf that we never got to stay.
Yeah, well, anyway, it's got the claw feet, and it will extend into a big table. It came with 7 chairs. I've got 3 here, but I have all 7 chairs. And one is a captain's chair to go, with the master chair. But my mom paid $35 for it. Her mother, my grandmother, just scolded her because she paid too much money for this table and chairs. What would it be worth today? I don't know. But it's been around and been used so many years. Okay. Outside we go. and I'll show you what I came home with. And I wanted to show you before I planted them, but I planted them. Well, I haven't planted them all, because it's much easier to pick out plants than to plant plants. So I hope they show up. And it's so bright. And I'm going to put the camera down finally. And let's see if I can... oh, you know, I always think maybe I'll see it, but it always glares, so I can't. Okay. Anyway, this is the last that I haven't got planted, the little vinca plants. And I'm going to put them in the shade, so there you have it. Oh, yeah. And I'll get those in tonight. It's taken me several nights to get everything in. Now, I'll tell you what this is. This is, and I'm not quite sure. Oh, I'm going to tell you its common name. It's just flowering maple, which is a bulletin. I'm not sure how to say it. But it may not be the prettiest plant, but the hummingbirds just love this. And it needs to be planted sort of in the more shade than sun. And it's going to go on my east side so I can look out the window and watch the hummingbirds. And we've had several plants over there and we've lost them, but I keep trying. So, and I think we lose them because of too much water. Seems funny, we live where there's drought, and yet it's really hard to water right here. So I'll show you over here. I got 3 salvias, and they're not planted quite where I wanted them, but when we went to plant them, and they're sort of drought-loving plants, and they like the sun. Well, they get more afternoon sun here than they will morning sun. And when we went to dig holes for them, we dug 3 other holes, and they kept getting water into the holes like we were digging wells. And I knew it wouldn't work. So finally we found some places that we thought hopefully they'll stay. So that's what we did, and then I'll take you out, and this is what Tom is talking about, our fig tree, that the figs are disappearing. I don't know if it's birds or squirrels or both, but there'll be plenty for me too. So I don't know how much. I'll have to think about that. Whoops. And my lettuce box, my squash did come up in it. I've been eating lots of lettuce. The beans are beginning to grow. And the carrots up here, I can feel carrots forming underneath, but I don't want to pick them quite yet. And this is not really a garden tour. I just want to show you the things that I planted. And let's see. Now remember, I went for strawberry plants. So I've got a pepper, an eggplant, a new basil to sort of replace the other ones. This is a squash coming up, and I've got one at the other end. And that's where the big basil, parsley had been, and I pulled it out. And eventually the same will happen to this one. Okay, and I was going to, well, I'll tell you in a little bit. But over here, I planted the strawberry plants, and believe it or not, there's 12 in here. And, the garlic will come out, eventually the big, but I think it's making cabbages, so I don't want to pull it out yet. And then when I was doing that, last night when I was putting them in, I walked over to check over here. We had a nice squash plant that was growing over here. And we had also put in a whole potato, and we had put sticks by it. Well, the sticks were gone. You know, I think that's still watering. Yes, it is. It isn't turned off. Okay. Anyway, the sticks were gone and the squash is gone. Slugs don't eat the squash, and it was getting quite big, the squash. And this is the second time I've lost a squash. So I don't know. Maybe they like squash and figs both, whatever is getting them. And as long as I'm here, I'll take you over and show you the chickens again are turned into the cover crop. And there they are. And it's funny, they're digging down in the dirt where the cover crop isn't, but you can see they've been through here. And of course, chickens don't like high stuff anyway, but they'll okay. Anyway, they're enjoying it. And that's what I got for Mother's Day. Oh, no, I'll just tell you that when I do my tour of my garden later. So I hope your Mother's Day was as nice as mine, because mine will last quite a while. Okay. Enjoy the day.